Okay, so hey, my name is Bill. I am the Grieving Dad. Um, I'm going to go a little deep today and talk about my daughter, Caitlyn, and losing her. Um, so, my daughter, Katie, passed away when she was 24. It was her second time battling leukemia. And first, let me tell you about Katie. And she was an amazing kid, athletic, smart, uh, a leader, um, a smile that was amazing. So she was off for 4 years of high school. She basically was varsity for basketball, volleyball, softball, squeezed in cheerleading, was a straight A student, was one of the top 10 kids in her class when she graduated. Super motivated kid. I don't know where she got it. Her mother and I were neither one straight A students, nor were we athletes. So she was what she was in spite of her parents and their divorce. She was 18, and in her freshman year of college, 6 weeks into her freshman year of college, when she had to go to the ER. So for her to go to the ER was just an oddity in itself, because she's a kid that pushed through everything when she was in sports. So she had cracked her heel in basketball, in the last game of basketball for sectionals. So if you're playing softball and basketball, immediately the next day you're starting to do training for softball. So she's got one of these plastic boots for her injured foot. And I get a call. She's in a small school. They graduate 60, 70 kids a year. Everybody knows everybody. So I get a call, hey, you need to talk to your daughter or talk to the coach. Your daughter's out there running and sliding in her boot. So we had to have a conversation about short-term versus long-term in that boot and what the prognosis could be. So that's, like that kind of why it was shocking for her to go to the ER. Her chest was hurting. She was having such pain in her chest. She went in. By the time she got seen, apparently it had passed. They may have given her medicine. This is where it's a little fuzzy for me. Sent her on her way home. Fortunately for her, she was roommates with either three or four girls that she graduated with that knew her from elementary all the way through high school. So they knew her. She gets home a hour later. She's stumbling and she's slurring. So they made her go back to the ER where they started testing. And it was a week of testing there. She was at Indiana University, IU, the medical hospital there. It's a teaching university. So they're pretty up to speed on things. Tested it, couldn't find anything. It was about a week. So they moved her from there up to Riley's Children's Hospital because she was 18, considered child medically in some cases. So they moved her up there and they tested, couldn't find anything, any kind of blood work or tests. Finally, they said, we're going to do a bone marrow biopsy, which gave us a little bit of panic because we assumed automatically that could be cancerous. But they're like, well, if it was cancerous, it should have been showing up in the blood work, but we're just going to cross all of our T's and dot our I's here. And sure enough, she had leukemia. It hadn't progressed out of the bone, the inner bones through her system to however it would have been normally caught, diagnosed, whatever. So that started about 2.5 years of treatment, chemo. So she went through chemo, had 5 years free and clear, and then in February of 2017, late in February, she went in for her quarterly blood work, and it was back. So started treatment right away. Now, going through it the first time, when you are getting chemo, your immune system is suppressed. So anytime she would get a fever, it would be go to the ER, get checked in. She would end up spending a week in ICU, making sure she was okay. Give her antibiotics, and usually 3-4 days later, she's back home and running up again. So 3 weeks after her second diagnosis, roughly, fever, goes to the hospital. She's getting treated at South Bend Memorial, and it doesn't go away. And she starts fading. I may go a little deeper with that, but basically she had a simple yeast infection, which every woman gets. But because she was so compromised from the chemo, this simple infection that everybody gets ended up turning into sepsis, and she passed away. I mean, I was waiting for the antibiotics to kick in. This is not something that we anticipated. You know, it's not like going through the cancer and realizing it's not working. This was just, she got an infection in the middle of treatment, at the beginning of a second round treatment, and within a couple of days, she was gone. So that's a little bit about Katie and my loss. So this is 5 years past, and I have become certified in grief recovery. If you've experienced a loss and you want to talk to me, I've gone through a method that helps give actionable steps to get unstuck from grief and help you move on where you can have hope and joy and enjoy life more. So if you want to have a conversation with me, reach out to me, whether it's Facebook, YouTube. You can text me, call me, 219-210-6000. That's how you can reach me. And we can have a conversation. And if it's something that you want, like what I have to say about it, I can help you, guide you through a program to help you with your grief and loss. So again, it's Bill, the Grieving Dad. That's my website. It's not up and running quite yet. It's under construction, but you can find me on Facebook. And from my heart to yours, if you are in need, please reach out to me, and we'll talk to you later.